Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are making some things for the hosim Spirit RC car. Some bodies, some covers, whatever you want to call it. Let's get started. I'm going to start. Wait, did I mention I'm with my brother Albie? Sorry. Say hi, Albie. He waved. But let's get started by measuring. Well, to start, we're going to make a Zonai device platform for this Breath of the Wild link. But it doesn't have to be Breath of the Wild, because you can still get the well-worn hairband and Champion's tunic and Hylian trousers. Alright, let's get started. Start by poking the four dimples, whatever you want to call them, into your foam board. Yeah, it's not gonna fit. Gotta get a new piece. Let me just cut off a piece. I'm using an X-Acto knife, hot glue, and then a platform sort of like this. I'm going to start by poking the RC car's dimples, I guess, into the foam board. And I'm going to get my ruler. And then I'm going to make sure it's square. And right here it is. And I'm going to make sure it's perfectly straight. And I'm also going to grab my pencil. And draw a line where I want to cut it. And then cut it at that line. And there is our cart. Second thought, I'm going to move the holes a little more forward. That's better. I like that. I'm going to fill in the old holes with hot glue. And then we'll use a skewer for the steering stick. Let me get it out of this crack. But also, we're also going to poke it through the holes that we made for the RC car dimples, so that we can use our pins for the original body for our Tears of the Kingdom cart. Oh, and the wheels are a mixture of small and big wheels. They're fast, but they can also climb pretty well. Want to make sure that we don't get the front and back mixed up, so I'm going to draw an arrow pointing forward. And then I'm going to squeeze these down a little, if I can. I'm not sure if it'll work or not. Just test fitting it. Oops. You know what? This will be pretty ugly on the front. I'm going to use the back. The body pins kind of fit. And there it is. It is pretty good. And now for the steering stick. We have our cart. That's just what I'm going to say it is. A cart. Because that's what I use for my vehicles. That's just my X-Acto knife. That's the thing about round knives. They like to roll off. I'm going to make a 2-inch square for this figure. Got it off Amazon. No, not Amazon. Walmart. And I'm going to just make a basic 2-inch square with my ruler. You want to be very straight. Well, I definitely recommend using a ruler, because I need mine to be 2 inches, so it's just best for me to use a ruler. And we're just going to draw a sort of octagon shape in our square. And then just going to get this stuff out of the way. Also, don't cut it out of the cart. I'm going to cut the square out. Well, I'll start by cutting out the square. And I'm just going to take off the paper off this side. Hey, it actually went good that time, when I don't care for it to be good. And then we're going to cut off the 4 corners of our circle. No, I mean square. And then I'm going to mash the 8 tips of our octagon. It's looking a little weird there, so I'm going to trim it a little. And there we have a pretty good circle. And now I'm going to stab it with a skewer. And then get a Sharpie and mark where I'm going to cut it. Right here I'm just grabbing link. That's pretty good. And now I'm going to mark our skewer with the Sharpie. It doesn't matter if you mark the circle. That spot's going on the bottom. And I'm going to take my X-Acto knife. Actually, not my X-Acto knife, my pliers. I'm going to cut it with my wire cutters. Sorry, Link. And now I'm going to put a little hot glue in the hole and then stick the skewer through. Then I'm going to wipe it, and you should have something that looks like this. And I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to try and fit Link on here. I'll find a way to keep him secure on there apart from this stick part of the steering stick. And now I'm going to take a skewer and I'm going to find how big I want it to be. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera. And that's about 2 of those long. Someone's outside. And then I'm going to measure 2 skewers. Right about here. I'm going to cut it. Make sure you mark it. There's a little blue stuff on this one, so I'm just going to use the blue stuff as a marker. And there we have a basic piece. Let's glue that on. I'm doing it off camera because I don't want to mess it up. And there it is. And now, where's the, hey, don't take his arm off. I'm going to stick a piece of skewer into his hand, and I'm going to cut it without cutting him right about here. There's a piece. And now put it there and mark it. I'm doing it off camera. I need that U. Thank you. And now cut it. I'm using wire cutters or pliers, the wire cutters in my pliers, but you can really use anything. And I might stick a little foam board on the front just to make it look less thin. Sorry about that. People playing outside. But your steering stick should look something like this. And I don't really like the look of it, so I'm going to put it right here. And use a pencil to just get a basic see of it. A basic feeling of what it should look like. Hey, I need that, you. Give it back. Thank you. And I'm going to use a ruler to get it straight. And I'm going to cut it out with my X-Acto knife. Sorry guys, but now we should be able to put this on and it'll look a little better. I'm just going to do a line of hot glue down the middle, as close to the middle as I can get, and I'm going to stick it on just like this. wipe it away as much as I can with my pliers or whatever you want to use. You can use your fingers if you want. It's hot glue though. Hot glue. So it's very hot. And I got a drip on mine. Just gonna wipe it off with my shoe. There's a little drip on mine. But here's our steering stick. And we're just gonna put it in the middle. As centered as we can get it. Hey, you. Put it down, Albie. Sorry, I poked myself. Just going to erase the first line, and right there, I think, is the middle. So I'm going to take a drop of glue to as close to the center of the steering stick as I can. I'm gonna put it on, rub it around a little, and then for a more Tears of the Kingdom look, I'm going to put sort of a messy line of glue around it. It's almost gone, so I'm going to glue one to the back. And continue my line of Ultra Hand glue. The only thing with my figure, though, is that it's a Breath of the Wild figure, not a Tears of the Kingdom figure. But that's fine. Well, fine with me. So it won't have, like, the Zonai hand or anything. There we go. Let's see how it looks. Oh, and if you have any tips for Tears of the Kingdom, not glitches, just tips, be free to comment them down below. Sorry, that looks pretty good to me. not the tightness of my tripod, but this is pretty good looking, in my opinion. Just gonna put four dots of glue here so that his feet so that I know where to put his, whatever. I don't know what to do about his feet. It's just... Sorry guys, just trying to outline his feet so that I can sort of cut out a little notch for them. Albie, leave it alone. Sorry for the wait. Sorry about that. I just carved out some feet holes so that he wouldn't fly out as easily and break the steering stick. Hold on, I need to reinforce this a little. It might look a little ultra hand, but it is what it is. And I'm not copying off Flight Test or anything. I'm just inspired by them. And this is sort of my idea. And there will be a review out for the car itself. My goodness, this is... I'm gonna wait for it to cool down. But in the meantime, this sort of fell off, so I'm gonna glue it back on. Albie, stop. Like nothing ever happened. But on the plus side, you get to hear my little brother Albie breathing. And shaking his chair. And here he is. It's a little hard to get him on though. Gonna push his feet in a little more. And how about we give him a little go? Just gonna put in the bobby pins first on camera. Do you think of what the bobby pins would do to the body? You can just put it up for display or something. Or you can make your own wheels or something. Whatever you want to do. Oops. Has to be perfect. Let's turn it on and give it a go. Oh, hold on. Forgot the battery. Okay, on the plus side, there's also easy battery access. We've handled that pretty well. Oh, and I'll show you guys what's broken. The rear dog bone. This thing is broken, but it's broken on this side. See, this is 4-wheel drive, but the rear dog bone is broken, so now it's not. It's instead 3-wheel drive. So that's what's broken, but that's not gonna stop us. Actually, it'll just be way easier to take off the bobby pins. Hey, don't mess with that, Albie. Yes, he is driving his car. Alright, now let's give it a go. I can't show you from the car's perspective, just because we don't have a GoPro or anything. Hi, Albie. Can you say hi? Thank you. Hold on, just gonna set you down for a second. Excuse me, Albie. Sorry. Alright, and here it is. See, small wheels next to big wheels. And that turn was not me. That was the rear dog bone. me get my brother. Hold on. Like I said, there will be a review out for this soon. And then that will be after the rear dog then comes in and I will take it to a skate park.